Well, we've been invaded. Out there is just unbelievable. The importance of insect repellent, people. I don't know if you can see that. But the air is moving.
Red 36 Charlie, over. This is Red 36, over. Roger, we're taking automatic weapons fire from our right flank. Request support from Cold Steel Cobra from checkpoint Delta. Right 100. Down 600.
Right, we found a suitable space for the vehicle in this woodland here at the bug out location. Now the next thing to do is to make sure your perimeter area is secure. So without further ado, we're going to do a patrol around the perimeter and just do a quick recce to see if there's anyone around, that sort of thing. I'm dressed in civilian clothes at the moment because I don't think it's a good idea to be driving around in public in military clothing. So, you know, blend in, as it were. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get camouflaged, okay, just so we can actually walk around, and if there is anyone around, there's less chance of them spotting you. Okay, so without further ado, let's get all of the camo kit on, get the weapon and go for a walk. Right, before we put the camouflage on, just a quick point of note. My smock, which I carry fully loaded, always lives on the back of my driver's seat of my vehicle. We're going to get that out now and have a quick look to see what we've got inside. Right, there she is. I've opened her out on the tailgate so you can see what the smock actually looks like before we go into the pockets and see what we've got in there. All this is a basic olive drab copy of the British SAS windproof smock. The guys who actually made this made it with a smaller weave material, so the windproof properties on this smock are very, very good. It blocks the wind very well. Obviously, if you wanted to, you could waterproof it to stop it getting wet, but in fairness, this will dry so quickly. Unfortunately, I've been in contact with the people who I bought this from, for a friend of mine who is inquiring about getting one as well. Unfortunately, the person who was making and selling these has recently passed away, so this is it. No longer available, obviously. So if anyone is asking where you get this from, you can't unless you find someone to do a copy. My size, NATO size, 180, 104. 180 is centimetres in height, that's me, I'm 6 foot. And 104 is your chest measurement, around 44 inches. And as you can see, if you wanted to, you could put your name and number in there. Awesome. Well, we're going to go into the front pocket first to see what we've got inside. Now, what I like to do is, this is how I was trained years ago, and most guys who've done military exercises and training will know also, important items of equipment will always be tethered to your clothing. Always. So there's pretty much zero chance of that getting lost. I've been using S-beaners for about 3 years now, and I think they're fine. I've never had one fail on me yet. I'm carrying my silver compass, military issue. Absolutely amazing bit of kit. Obviously, if you're going to use this, make sure that you are away from anything metallic, especially your vehicle. Okay. We've got a slimline whistle. Always take a whistle with you. And we've got some ranger beads. Now, all ranger beads are is when you do your pacing, you move one bead to represent 1 kilometre, etc. And that's just an idea of how you count distance at night time. These are very, very low level glow in the dark, so it helps. Okay. Now, what I've decided to do is to put things in a plastic bag, so if it does get torrential rain, we're not going to get the contents soaking through as well. Obviously on the move, energy tablets there. Let's see if we can open this properly. Right. Now these are issued with the British Army ration packs. They're energy sweets, and if you look at the ingredients on there, it's pretty awesome. You've got like nettles and stuff like that in there, which is very good. For isotonic ideas, this is great. If you've seen Pete Mind-Wiseman's recent videos, he goes into a bit of detail covering the 1 in 10 ratio with these and water to keep your levels topped up correctly. Always have them with you. And if need be, you've got your high caffeine sweets there. They're issued to the US military. So if you really are on your backside and you want a kick, they will sort it out without having to worry about fanning around making a cup of coffee. And we've just got the energy sweets loose in there. And also it's very important to have some salt as well. There's a few in there, but you get the idea. Okay. Obviously when it's hot and you're sweating, you're losing salt. And if you're not replacing it, you could be in trouble. So it's always worth taking them with you. And the last two items, we've got instructions there and contents of a survival tin. Now as you can see, that's very, very small. I'll put the link below from where I've got this from. I've done a review on this and I had a good look inside it, and they're awesome. And for the size, there's some bare essentials in there which really could save your life and others. So it's important to carry stuff like that on your person. So I'm going to put all this back in the pockets. It's a good rule of thumb, don't leave stuff lying around. Make sure it's stowed away as you go. Okay. Right. On the flip side, I carry some energy drink powder. Pretty much. These are UK military issue. They're really, really good for giving you some energy. Okay. Now, just love these pockets in here. I believe they call them poacher's pockets. So what I do with mine is I carry an ordnance survey map. These are awesome, brilliant. If you can get the Explorer one, they're more detailed than the Ranger ones. The Ranger ones are for roads and vehicles mainly, but this has got a lot more scale. Obviously keep it in a waterproof bag because you don't want that turned to paper mache when you really need it. And if I can get this round to show you, because I don't really want to take them all out. There we have it, some admin. We've got a tactical pen in there. I can get to that very quick. Just unzip this and I've got it in my hand. But it's made by a company called Uzi, and I don't know if you can see that. I've done videos in this before. The ends there is very, very sharp indeed, and for a defence weapon, outstanding. So that goes with me all the time in the smock. We've got a Sharpie pen, of course. Some of these you can actually get, you open it up inside and you've got lock picks. Some of them you can open it off and you've got a very sharp metal point for self-defense applications, as you can appreciate, and a very small torch made by Fruite. Awesome bits of kit. Okay, so you've always got that with you on your person. Just put the mat back in there. On to the next pocket. Right, pocket number 2. I'm sorry about the shadows and stuff, guys, but it is what it is, unfortunately. Right, again, we've got important pieces of kit and equipment tethered. And we've got a Falk nibble knife there. It's VG10, which pretty makes it resistant to rust, and being convex, it's very, very strong. It holds an edge very well. It's very, very lightweight and very small, and yes, very sharp. It weighs nothing, it takes up no room, so you've always got a knife with you, and again, tethered with paracord, because it's an important piece. And we've got one of these mag rods, I call them, kindly given to me by Moscow Prepper over in America. Hank, it's an amazing bit of kit. You've got a ferro rod there, and you've got a big massive wad of magnesium to scrape and to light fires with. Obviously what I've done is I put a striker there as well, rather than, like, you know, mashing up your knife. It's so small and so lightweight, it'd be a fool to leave it out, really. That comes on a really cool carabiner. Now this would come from a Leatherman tool. You've got a bottle opener, a few little things, so that's pretty nifty, on all-in-one device. A Right in the Rain pad. but one with a difference. You can find these online. I only found these in America. A friend of mine, Chris from Apocalypse Graphics, I don't know how he got hold of it, but the boy done good. Morse code, very, very cool, because not everyone knows Morse code, and when you really need it, it's there. This has got all sorts of cool information regarding map reading. Awesome information. You know, to have all this on a waterproof notepad is just wicked, to be honest. And also, this is a nice touch when you do depth on your map reading. Put it over your map. That's really neat. I do like that. And also, when you're measuring degrees in mils, etc., that's all on there too. So yeah, that all comes with the pad, and I believe the company is Essie, who make the knives. There you go there. So rather than have just a bog standard white in the rain pad, you got all the extra information on it too. So that's awesome to have that in the smock. Now, because this goes with me everywhere I go, I've got my book of names, addresses, phone numbers, emails, all the rest of it, contacts from like-minded people all over the planet. So everywhere I go, this goes. A massive big lump of paracord, genuine paracord with 8 strands in there from real parachutes, not the 7 strand 550 stuff. Multiple applications for that, I'm sure you can appreciate. A very small stainless steel hip flask full up with Hennessy XO, happens to be my favourite. Excellent morale booster. Why wouldn't you carry something like that with you? And last but not least, a backup Bic lighter. Now these are cool because they're so nice and streamlined. They don't take up no room. Brand new, never been used. I've tested it a few times, she's good to go. So that goes with me in the smock. And that pretty much is what I carry. Okay. Now, it's not everything, there's a few more things in the arm pockets I've got to show you yet, but let me just put this away. SOPs, standard operating procedures, always make sure you clear up as you go, okay, don't leave gash everywhere. In the zip pocket, I carry this. I'm terrible when it comes to knots, okay, I don't really use them a lot, but when I do need to use them, I can quickly refer to this, refresh my memory, and I'm good to go. That was put onto me by Moleskin Joe on Instagram. You can get them online. Okay, there's the company, just search it on Google. And always make sure you got a toothbrush. Cut down to size so it fits in the smock. Okay, and that's pretty much it. You're good to go. You don't really need toothpaste, you can use chalk, you can use ash, etc. Right, on one of the arm pockets we've got a nice little pouch there, just a Velcro fastening. And what I've done is I've just filled up a Zippo lighter, which I've had 30 odd years now. Sentimental, means the world to me, and I'll keep it in a little Ziploc bag there to keep some of the fumes from escaping. Okay, and it is very important to check this, just light it up maybe once every 6 weeks. Okay, and if it is been in your vehicle like mine has and the weather's warm, that will evaporate a lot quicker, so do not forget to check that, because one day when you go to light a fire and it's howling with rain and it doesn't work, it's run out, you've got yourself to blame. All I've done is I've just put the top of the bag on the top there so I can grab it, pull it out easy. Okay. Last but not least, the other arm pocket. First field dressing. I always carry an Israeli bandage. I tend to keep this in the outer packaging because it's more sterile, it's more protected. The last thing you want is the internal one getting ripped or punctured and nasty's getting in there, especially when you're putting it onto a nice big open wound. Okay, so always make sure that you carry a first field dressing. This happens to be an Israeli one, the smaller one of the two. In fact, they do 3. They do one for abdominal wounds, which is massive. So you don't really want to carry one of those in your arm pocket because it's never going to fit. Okay, so again, that's in the top there where you've got the loose packaging, so you can quickly take it out. And that pretty much is it for the smock. Now, it's important to wear something like this when you're walking around camp. There's nothing worse, okay, than leaving your camp spot, going for a nice little walk, getting lost, and you've got nothing with you. Nothing at all. That's bad news. Okay. A friend of mine recently got lost in the woods, and when I spoke to him on his phone, I said to him, "Have you got a whistle?" He said, "No." Bad news. Always carry a whistle with you. Right. and you just do what you need to do regarding blowing the signals that get recognised. Information on the screen there. That's pretty much it. Right, so let's get all this on, let's get cammed up and let's do the patrol. Right, we've got the smock on, everything's good. A good tip, if you can remember to do so, is the bottom is elasticated. Okay, so do it up tight but not too tight, and once you've got it all zipped up, tuck it under. Okay, so just tuck it underneath rather than let the whole smock hang down. What that in fact does is when you open up the big zip, you've in fact got a big pocket all the way around you on the inside, so you can stuff anything you want in there on the move, and it's not just going to fall out the bottom. Okay, and also it keeps all of your core body temperature from escaping. It's all sealed up, and if you wanted to, it's a drawstring around the waist as well to block out any more escape, and that's going to really protect your vital organs up here when it is really cold. Okay, so we've got the smock on, we've got it all tucked up underneath. Incidentally, what I did do when I got this smock is anything that's got zips on, I cut the little ties off and I put some real paracord pulls on there. Just makes it a lot easier to open and shut. They're going to last a lot longer than the ones that are on there. The paracord is really strong, and it's just it's good to get access to your kit when you've got gloves on when it's cold. You don't want to be fumbling around everywhere. And that's pretty much it. Another little tip I could share with you: when you get these smocks, anything on these sorts of buttons, let me show you. Anything with these buttons on there, when you get the hole, what you want to do is you want to check that the button goes in and out very, very easy. Now sometimes what I've done before is I've noticed that the threading, the stitching sorry, on the top of the eye hole is joined together. If you get a sharp knife and just take it away, and if you're concerned, get a lighter and melt it so it doesn't fray or anything, it just gives it that extra 1 or 2 millimeter clearance so you can get your button in and out with ease. The last thing you want to do, and it's such a small thing but it's very important, if you need to get access to your stuff, especially one-handed into your pocket, and you're fumbling around and you can't get the button open as quick as you want, them seconds could really cost you dearly. You just never know. So make it easy on yourself. Make sure that all of the buttons are easily to open and shut. And that's pretty much it. But we're not out of the woods yet, as it were. We've got another layer to camisole. And here it is. Most of you know by now, I like to keep loads of my kit in these jungle compression sacks, the British Army ones. They're only a £5, they're nothing to be honest, they're waterproof. Anyway, you can research them online. What I tend to do is I write down on them what's in them, because obviously if you've got 10 of them like I have, and they all look the same, you don't know what's in them because they're all similar shapes and sizes. So as you probably saw in there, this is a 3D camo suit. Now this is put on to me by a good friend of mine, who you probably subscribe to anyway. His name's Maverick Outdoors, or Mind Wiseman, or Pete. And when I saw him use one on the video, I phoned him up straight away, and I couldn't believe it. Looks pretty funky, right? Now these complete suit you can get, give or take, around £20. Now, granted they're all made in China, but they're so lightweight, and you see how small it packs. It's incredible. You've got top and bottoms there, and you can really squash them down. You can actually fit them inside your smock, open them all up and just put them in. It's an extra layer of insulation, to be honest. It will do all sorts. So what this actually does is it breaks up your outline. Okay, the last thing I want to do is to put all the lovely camouflage clothes on and walk around, and you'll get pinged, spotted straight away, because your outline is visible. If you look around the woodlands, how many human figure shapes can you see? None, pretty much. And that's my point. If you break it up, it's leaf patterns, it's 3D. I'll open it up and show you. Okay, there's the trousers. That's great. So we're going to get these on now, because it doesn't weigh anything. You won't even know you're wearing it. And we'll crack on with the camo. There it is. You see what I mean about the outline is broken up and sort of faded into the environment a bit. Obviously I'm on a plain green background, so we're going to do some proper testing soon. Obviously this headpiece here, yeah, you can cinch it right up, and it's got little toggles which you can obviously move in. Now we're not out of the woods yet, again, as it were. I'm probably going to lose the peak cap, I'm not sure. Your hands are visible, your face is visible, so we need to get those covered up as well. Okay, There's nothing worse than, you know, doing everything else and then falling short like that. I'll tell you, it doesn't weigh anything. It's pretty cool. So yeah, let's get the other bits covered up. And there it is. The face is pretty much covered. You can just see your little mince pies there, your eyes, sorry. And obviously your hands are no good. Now, what I've done in a video, similar thing to this before a long time ago, when I was out with Roach, I put mud all over my hands, and because it is so hot, within a minute it would just sweat it off and my hands were visible. So don't get away from relying on that. Get yourself some gloves. Now, I recently got these ones. I'm sorry if you can't hear me, I'm talking through a balaclava. Mechanics. Now, I was put onto these by Dell at Dirty Room Knives. He gave me a black pair and they're awesome. But for camo, obviously, get camo. So it's important that you do cover up your hands, okay? Anything that will give you away is a bad thing. Right, let's get them gloves off. What we have here is my 2.2 air rifle, my Springer. Okay, now on this woodland I am not allowed to use or to carry in my possession Section 5 firearms. These are available to me should the situation arise. So for today's video, in replace of that, we're going to be using an air rifle, which I've got permission to use here, perfectly legal, I'm registered, everything's fine. What we've got in there is some gun oil. In the side pouch we've got our ammunition, which happens to be 2.2 pellets, etc. And a couple of magazines for the real thing. Now, I don't know if you can see that in there. What I tend to do is I carry my sniper veil over my scope just to give it a bit of extra protection, and it's always there when I need it, okay? Then that will help you break up and conceal your outline when waiting. Right, I love this case. This is by BSA as well. Everything's secured so you can transport it pretty much with ease. And on the stock as well, it's all Velcro secured. So that's the case, which is a quite cool case, to be honest. This was on eBay. I ended up getting this for about £18, I think. It's used, doesn't bother me. It comes with these straps, which you can carry it on your back, etc. There's various hook attachments to configure and carry this any way you want, to be honest. And obviously you can just carry it as a handle there. So that's why that come in. Now, I know some of you are going to laugh at all this, but it is what it is. I've put my torch or flashlight under the barrel there for night time, and got access to the button and the strobe should I need it. That's just concealment tape you can take off and it won't leave any residual marks behind. Got my scope on there, that can come off now. Just protects it all in transit really. And I've just cammed up the stock there. Now, some of my earliest videos features this, and I like it because it's quite short and it's a Springer. You don't have to rely on gas, so if you look after it and you can get the pellets, you could be sitting pretty. Is an important tip for you guys who haven't sort of done this sort of stuff before. When you're using binoculars to observe your area you're patrolling, make sure you cover your lenses of your binoculars. Now all these happens to be, this is an old trick taught years ago. When you go into shoe shops, you get these little foot socks, like they're like tights or stockings. They're very, very small, lightweight, and they will just slip over the top. Because if you get a glint off of this, you've had it. You could get shot, all sorts. So cover it up with something like this, just to get a feel of them, yeah? Just stow them away, keep them with the binoculars, so when you are observing, you won't be spotted. Right, we're back from the patrol now. It's time to cam up the truck, so it's nicely stashed out the way. But before we do so, I'm just going to give you a tiny little look around inside the cab of the Hilux there. Alright, starting from the front driver's door pocket, we have the first aid kit, stays in there all the time. We've got a secondary glass breaker for windows. We've got a mini crowbar on there. Now, I fitted this on there, absolutely love it to death. It's my backup phone, made by a company called Sonim. You can drive over these, they're actually tough as hell, you just wouldn't believe it. You can fly it around, do what you will. It's something nice and basic, although you can go on the internet if you wanted to. I've put a £20 credit on a pay-as-you-go SIM card, which is not registered. Right, first things first, we've got the smock, which I've just used on a patrol. Just put it back over the car seat because we're not going anywhere anytime soon. Now moving along, we've got a Gore-Tex cold weather hat, which I used on Silbury Hill as a wild camp. Fantastic bit of kit. Keeps the wind and rain out, no problem at all. Got a fully loaded socket set, which always goes in a vehicle. Now this is quite cool. It's only a cheap one though, but it does the trick. It inflates your tyres if they're getting low or they're flat. You just plug it into the cigarette lighter and away you go. You can pre-program your tyre pressure in there, so it just stops automatically. These were cheap as well. Got these at Tesco's, I think they're about £5. As a backup emergency piece of kit to keep you off the ground, or for someone else who happen to come across, there's something there ready for them. Comes with its own little tie bands there to keep it all nice and secure. That is pretty much the back section behind the seat. That incidentally is an Army UK military issue fire extinguisher. Goes with the vehicle. Been safety checked, the pressure's all good to go, so I've actually mounted that on there. And for a quick release, just one clip and you're off. The centre column in the Hilux is just a clip. In there we have a solar charger, which is full up. Incidentally, people who have got these and they complain that it doesn't work, when you charge it up at home or via any other power source, once it's fully charged, do not expose that area to sunlight. As you can see, the LED will come on and it will charge. Once it's fully charged and it carries on charging, it will destroy the device. So that's why I'll keep it face down, out the way. That's waterproof and rubberized. It's not bad, it hasn't let me down so far. There we just got your standard sat-nav. Now I've got maps in there, as you can see. The ones I showed you in the smock, it's the same one. It's the Ranger map. Sorry, the Explorer map I'm on about. These are from all of the areas which are local to me, so if I have got to use them, it's not going to be somewhere remote like Scotland, which is no use to me. This is all local to me. I've got a highlighter pen which I've been carrying in there as well, so if you need to mark any routes on the map, it's good to go. All of the charging leads for the sat-nav, the charging leads for USB, which is cool because that will fit almost anything these days. Comes with the solar charger. Always carry WD-40 with you. That is just an awesome bit of kit for the size. I mean, look at it, it fits in my hand. That's got so many uses. You all know what WD-40 is about, so it always stays with me in the truck. And that's just for filming. That is a backup cheap video recorder which I've had for donkey's years now, so if anything fails I can still record stuff. Incidentally, if there's an incident on a road or whatever, you can just turn it on and it records very, very quick. You haven't got to wait for it to start up. So for capturing evidence, that's a nice bit of kit as a backup. These sunglasses I've had for just over a year now. Absolutely love them to death. They're brilliant. I'll thoroughly recommend these. They're very, very tough as well, so if you're doing like any woodwork or whatever, or machining, you get something split off and hit you in the eye, you got these on, they're a lot more better than just your standard basic sunglasses really. They're ballistic, I believe, so thoroughly recommend those. We got EDC keychain. I've done videos on my EDC keychain before, although this has had a recent update with their little compass on there. Obviously, if you are going to use a compass, remove it from any metalwork. So this just got a quick release clip on there, take it off. That's no problem at all. Well, I've had this for nearly 3 years now, and I'll just keep forgetting to show it. It's very, very hard to film, as you can see. It's a tactical sun visor, Molly compatible. Now I've got my Uzi tactical pen with glass breaker hooked into there. I've got my through night torch, 1000 lumens. You just split that really quick and you've got instant light. This one I've positioned so it undoes very, very quick. That's another glass breaker, so yes, I've got 3. You just never know. Okay, this is a rescue tool. I believe it's Leatherman, given to me by Armoured Cockroach. So you've got a seatbelt cutter there, a very nice grip actually, and your glass breaker. I don't know if you can see that on there. There you go. So yeah, it's always handy to have stuff like that in your vehicle, very, very close. That's why I positioned it there, so I can get to it, and just very, very touch it gently on the Velcro, so you can get it off really, really quick. Leatherman multi-tool, just because. A couple of glow sticks as well. One intense 30-minute bright one, and one pretty much tactical 12-hour one. Okay, so you've got a dual purpose going on there. These visors, incidentally, they fit on any sun visor. I don't know how it's coming in, but it's very, very hard to film in here with the light, etc. You've got a couple of pockets here. That's just the cover for the Leatherman. And you've got another sleeve in there. So if you've got any documents or any ID, you're on base, etc., just start them out there, forget about it, it's all good. And it just folds up out of the way. And yeah, let's just fill out with Molly and elastics as a mixture, so you're good to go. And the old classic, if you're doing off-roading, green laning, etc., it's always advisable to have a CV, a citizen band radio. Here we've got the Midland 38, the age-old classic, which never lets you down. Obviously it comes with its key piece there. That was a nice little find on eBay. They're relatively cheap, around about £5 or £6 I believe. All it does is it just splits from your main outsource of 12 volt, turns it into 3, and a couple of USBs on there as well, so you've got multiple charging applications really as you're driving along. That's a cool little gadget. You can listen to music, just plug it into your fag lighter, it tunes into your car radio, and yeah, away you go. We got the Berghaus Bergen there. This is the miniature version. As you can see, it's the Centurio 30. Been using this on and off as an interim get home bag for this vehicle. As you can see, there's not much room in there, and you don't really want a full-size Bergen on view on my chair. So I've improvised and I've got a smaller one there. Comes with a couple of side rocket pouches. That's got everything I need for 3 days to get me home anywhere in the UK, to be honest. So that's where that lives, down there at the way. Now behind the chair, the passenger one, it's always a good idea to have a little barbecue grill or something to cook on, and that's going to go into the next vehicle as well. I'm taking that. That's cool. A nice gift from a friend of mine. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the inside of the Hilux. I know it's nothing to be proud of, it's just box standard basic, because I always had in mind that I'll be getting another vehicle, so I don't want to spend time, money and effort too much of completely getting this kitted out ready. I had a couple of roof bars put on there, and the CB whip aerial, that's just amazing, that is, to be honest. I mean, I've smashed through trees and woodland on the low bridges, etc., and it's never ever ripped off, it just stays strong. Obviously we disabled grab bars there. This is cool because it just enables you to hold on, get up and have a proper bird's eye view of where you are. So yeah, this video is mainly for the vehicle, to be honest. This is the last time it's going to be seen on YouTube, maybe. And there's the side plates, checker plate obviously on 4-inch pipe to match with the bumper and nudge bar on the front. Well, some of you may or might not know, this is a rear wheel drive vehicle. You're switching around to engage four wheel drive, nice and easy with the hubs. These are a brand new set put on there because you know where you are with new stuff rather than leaving old stuff on there. You don't know when it's going to fail. BFG all-terrain tyres with plenty of tread on there. They've got thousands of miles left on those. These run for pretty much 50,000 miles plus, depending on your terrain. Mostly I'm on tarmac, so they're going to go a lot further. The nudge bars in the front, a friend of mine got them put on there for us. They're just awesome. They really do protect the front of the vehicle. Get them if you can, you know, awesome bit of kit. Well, it's hard work getting all this done, you know. It's got quite warm, so I need some calories. Now, for those of you who don't know what this is, in England, it's called bread pudding. Now, my wife makes this ever so well, and this was made last night. The sugar's soaked into it. It's not as crunchy as it should be, like it's fresh, but that is packed full of everything Uncle John needs. Yeah, that's yummy. Right, all we've done is we just put the basher on the side of the vehicle, long ways. And incidentally, when you are pegging into the ground, make sure that you really keep digging till you got some firm ground. It's very soft. If you just put your pegs into the soft ground with the tension that we've got on the basher there, it can just pop straight off with a slight bit of wind. So that's where we're at the moment. I think we should get the cam net over the top now. Well, there it is. The camouflage netting is now over the vehicle. It's not done correctly just because of time. If you was to do this correctly, you would actually keep it off of the vehicle so you can drive in and out of it. As it stands at the moment, if I were to drive now, it would just pull the whole lot with it. It just saves time because of filming. I'm sure you'd appreciate. This is just for a demonstration idea really of how it could look. It seems quite effective, breaking up the shape and the shadows, etc. Inside looks rather cosy, and I've chosen this selection of netting here. You can see loads through that area. I'm going to be putting table and chairs in there. I've put Hessian sacking over the windows to prevent glare and glint, obviously. Yep, that's pretty much it. It's draped over the entire vehicle. It's taken between half hour, 45 minutes, and if you can spot the deliberate mistake, the netting is on the outside instead of the inside. That's my mistake. What happened was when I rolled it up inside out with the premise of just rolling it straight on, but when I opened it the other end and put it on, it was about halfway, then I noticed, oh, it's back to front. But there's no way I'm going to start again. It's such a faff around doing this, you know, especially on your own. It's just a two-man job, ideally. Things will get snagged, there'll be twigs get jammed in between, and you just wouldn't believe it really. So yeah, done really well to get that up in between half hour, 45 minutes by myself. It doesn't really matter, I don't think, that the netting is on the outside rather than the inside. I still think it has the desired effect. Well, we're quite exposed there. We're coming up to the perimeter of the woodland, and we're probably about 80-90 yards away, and I can't see it. It's actually there, believe it or not. So yeah, it's a good idea to sort of park in natural shade with a holly tree. There's a lot of holly trees around, so it doesn't actually stand out all by itself. So it's a good place really. And yeah, I can't even see it. That's quite cool. But the Land Rover chair with the seat pad is there, including the table, which Armour Cockroach kindly gave to me. Thanks, mate. I still haven't got around to conditioning it. Well, I'll get some time. That's another project to do. Yeah, why not? There's a spirit level on the app of the phone. Now, obviously, it's not really important, but if you're going to be boiling water and all the rest of it, it just helps, you know, just to take that little bit more attention to detail there. Of course, always take your Goal Zero too. Charges up anything you like really. and when your phone's low with all that important information on there, just hang it up and catch those rays, baby, and juice up your stuff, because it really works like a charm, you know. Well, the shop's open. The Lakecorn box is all open already, packed full of all sorts of things you ever wish to put in there. Actually, we've got the Swedish vehicle saw on the top with a tank tin, and this is our bed for this evening. We just got the BCB camp cot bed set up. It's a perfect length. You've probably got about 9 inches left before it hits the tailgate, which is always good. We've got the sleep system in place, we were just talking about. That's all on there ready. Well, it's quite a nice view out there. You could probably just lay on the bed and do some shooting straight from there. It's a good height, and it's not too bad, because the inside of the truck, you can see, is all painted green, same as the outside. Incidentally, that's I think it's forest green. I got it colour matched, the same with the DD tarp. So that's all looking rather rosy. We got the weapon there in its case. We've got the Rush 12 bag ready to go, and we've got the pillow on there. Incidentally, water is a stretcher pillow, a Ministry of Defence one, stretched over the camp bed, no problem at all. And I've just put the British Army microfiber towel over the top of it, just for a bit of comfort. And always a good rule of thumb is to fold your sleeping bag over. You don't want the nasties getting in there. So when you go to bed, just open it out, jump in your sack, and good night, Irene. All good, nothing bad. This is the first time I've ever slept in the back of this truck. So this is sort of a farewell video, really. And at least I can do before I say goodbye to the old girl is to have a kip in the back. Well, for convenience, you can't beat gas. Always use gas. So that's ready. Incidentally, because this stays in the vehicle 365 days of the year in all temperatures, I think it's a good idea to protect your food. This is pretty much instant food, or food you can eat straight away. It doesn't require water. You can eat it cold. All I've done is I've just got myself some bubble wrap bags and just chucked it all in there. That will keep some of the frost at bay, you know, when it gets really cold. I'll get these free from work, so it's not a problem for expense, etc. Quick and easy British Army ration pack. Just boil in a bag, nice and simple. What I've been dying to do for a long time is to use up these dying cartridges from my gas. So that's what I intend to do, is to use them all up completely, and then I can get rid of them and make a bit more space. Well, that's better. I think I'll just move it out of the wind, makes more sense really. Time for some screech. Always good to have some screech. It's been pretty much non-stop since I turned up really, so I need to get some goodness into me. That'll do it. Now on to the second one. The first one didn't take long, to be honest. I don't even think it's come to the boil. But I'm going on getting it done anyway, so I can get them out of the bay then. Otherwise I'll end up with loads, you know, of little bits and pieces of gas in. It's just not worth it really. Now we're cooking. Sort me out just right. But these boil so fast. I say, how wonderfully refreshing it is to be civilised and British. The great outdoors with a nice table and chairs. Some hot food. Why not? It's pointless being uncomfortable in a place like this. Oh. Tell you what, no, the old vehicle option with all of your stuff, it's nice, but don't be too reliant on it, you know. That's why I haven't spent so much time, money and effort, you know, turning it into my life, you know. Because if something happens to it and it's gone, you're buggered. So that's why I haven't, you know, put compartments and stuff like that in there. I can see the appeal, but for me it's just, I think you're probably putting all your eggs in one basket. Incidentally, that's the knife that was made from, well, there's 5 of us. I've done a video on it. Dorset Woodland Blades. Freaking hell. It's not often I get to use it, but as you can see, it's proper sharp. So we'll stick him out of the way. Oh, it's going to be nice to have something to eat. I'm wearing my gloves so I'm not burning myself this time. See, it's all about learning, isn't it, yeah? Oh. Yeah, we've got a chicken tikka masala with rice. Oh, I'm down to about 6 of these now. I've got a bulk deal, I think I've got about 20 or so. And I've gradually been working through them, giving them away, etc. But, you know, it's a nice simple one-stop trick to get some fuel on board, you know. Nice, quick, clean and simple. Put up in the wagon, as you see, you know, just turn it on, get it done. Oh, that'll do. Wow, check this out. How cool is that? That is actually hot sauce in a very special glass bottle, and it's quite big, as you can see by my size of my hands. So the Predator, look. Take his helmet off. Now, all the credit has to go to Jim over at Nicest Knives for letting me know about this, and Dell at Red Path Knife and Tool sent it to me, and I tried it on some cheese on toast recently, and it's friggin' awesome stuff. I'm exactly the same as Jim when I say it is at the top of my tolerance level regarding heat in the hot sauce. I've been there and done it with all of the hot stuff years ago. You know, I'm getting on a bit now, mid-40s, I've got hiatus hernia, and it's not good to be pouring molten lava down your neck. You know, it's okay when you're younger, a bit of a joke, a bit of a Billy Big Bollocks ego thing, but for flavour, this bad boy is incredible. It really is amazing. The actual name of the product is called a Bloody Hell Hot Sauce, and there it is there, can you see? Now, this is local to me. It's only about 10-15 miles from where I live, and been chatting to the guy on Instagram, and I've actually bought some and sent it out to a good friend of mine in America who's going to be receiving it within the next 10 days or so. So look out for the video on that. It's going to explode. It's going to go everywhere. Okay, this stuff is going to be mental. You can put this in the fridge and it lasts for quite a while. There's been some laboratory tests being done to prove its shelf life, use life, etc. And because there's no chemicals, everything is natural in here. Okay, there's no MSG and rubbish and E numbers and crap. It's all natural. Hence, you've got to give it a good shake, like it says on the lid. So we're going to be trying that on some really nice ribeye steak tonight with some mixed grains, and I can't think of anything better. So yep, I'll stick a link in the description box below if any of you guys are interested in getting some of this stuff. It's relatively cheap for the amount you get. Okay, and yep, ships worldwide too. We're trialing out some new camouflage today. This is Italian, I believe. How do you say it? Vegetato. There you go, said it right first time. I saw some pictures of it on the internet and watched a YouTube video of some guy wearing it with various backgrounds, and I just loved the shades of it. To me, it's like it's an all-rounder, you know. For the UK, especially, I think it's perfect. I've been looking forward to seeing something which is in between MTP and DPM. And to me, this sort of fits into that bracket. Okay, DPM's great, I'll always love it. A lot of people say, and there's some truth to it, when DPM is soaking wet, it almost turns black. You stick out like a sore thumb. MTP is designed for Afghan. You can wear it in some parts of the UK if it's the right backgrounds that you're situated in. Okay, that's what camouflage is, and I've actually pointed this out on my Instagram page. It doesn't matter what camouflage you've got, it won't work unless it's in the right environment. Okay, don't be a fool and wear MTP because it's multi-terrain pattern and it's multi-camouflage anywhere on planet Earth. It doesn't work like that. Alright, you just get different camouflages for different environments, different backgrounds. That's all there is to it. Okay, DPM won't work well in desert conditions or the Arctic. Stands to reason. Choose the camouflage for the environment you're in. That's pretty much it. So looking at this, I thought it was quite good. I've got the trousers and the top. I think the total for top and bottom between 40 and 50 pounds, and that's brand new as well, which I think is quite a good bargain because the material is very lightweight and strong. It's got ripstop all the way over it, so it's going to last ages. This is just a lightweight summer shirt, call it what you will, but it's a bit crazy with the sizing. Okay, I ordered an extra large top because that's generally what size I am. Where it's American and Italian influences in this product, when the extra large came, it was huge. I'm not kidding you. I put my arms out and the sleeve went over my fingertips and the top just went down to my knees. It's ridiculous. So I sent it back, and this one is a large. Okay, now my chest is 44 inches. There's plenty of room around there, which is what you want. You don't want something too tight. The only criticism I have in this is the arms. Look how much room there is in the arms. They're massive. Now, you know, if I'm a bit poncy, I could take it all in and bring it in a bit, but I'm just going to live with it for now and see how we get on. There's pockets and zips and God knows what all over it, and so far it's very, very comfortable as well. How it fares in the rain, I can't say until it rains, obviously, but initial impressions, for the backgrounds, it's perfect. I'm really liking it. Right, we're going to be breaking some rules now. We're going to be doing a fire pit under the shelter. So we're just going to have to pray that it goes well. Now, I'm not going to be doing a big pit, as you can probably see. It's right, probably about a foot away from the edge of the basher. So hoping we're going to be okay and it's not going to get too out of control. Now, all I'm doing at the moment is using the shovel from the vehicle just to mark out roughly the shape of the fire pit. Once you're happy with the shape, you can start digging it out. Now, we're very lucky that the ground is nice and soft. We had a massive downpour last night and it's really, really helped. I wish all ground was like this. The amount of times I've done this and it's been flint and it's just been chalk, it's been a complete bloody nightmare. But I think we're going to be okay with this. And the best thing about this obviously is once it's done, you can just backfill it. Nice and simple. Right, now I've got my fire pit dug out. Just make sure that it's nice and firm, okay? I'll do that around the edges because you don't want anything falling in. Once I'm happy with that, we just got to make sure that all of the loose stuff, okay, is away from the edge. I probably won't need my knife in fairness. It's just pulling away nice and easy. Now all that's going to do is just to make sure that the sparks and whatnot don't catch it and smoulder it and spread it. Okay, you want to make sure that anything, even if it's green, doesn't matter, just get it out of the way. So you just got a nice patch of earth all the way around your little fire pit there. Okay, now we've got prevailing winds coming from this direction, hence I'll put the mound there, so it's going to block out a lot of the wind. But obviously where it's been down, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches, it's going to stop the wind just blowing it all over the place, because that's what we don't want. Okay. Yeah, we've got a nice area of no vegetation locally to the fire pit, and that's what we're looking for. So we're looking for some fuel and fire resources for our pit, and look at this. It just so happens that this area is exactly where I set up before when I was on the TV programme, UK Preppers #2, and when I was mucking around with the knives and whatnot, I stashed some logs in this tree because it is totally protected, and being a holly tree, it's going to stay covered all year round. And they look pretty nice bone dry to me. See, look, there's remnants of the fire from last time. So it's been stashed up in the air, under cover, and can be used again. So yeah, if you are stashing firewood, you know, try and do the same. Yeah, make sure it's under shelter, which is less chance of it getting wet, and keep it off the ground so it doesn't rot. Well, we haven't got too far to find some firewood. As you can see, this is clearly dead, and it's still stuck to a tree, hanging, which is what we want. What you're after is something that will break cleanly. You don't want it to bend and snap, okay? You want it to snap readily. And just to make sure, when you check the inside that there's no moisture, squeeze it. If it's punk wood, it's nice and bone dry, it's perfect. And obviously all the different sizes is what you're going to be after. So you take the large pieces, take it back to camp and process it there. Okay? What you don't want to be doing is spending so much time walking around everywhere, finding a little bit here, a little bit there. Try and find a good source and take the big pieces with you. That's all I'm going to need. Doesn't take long. Well, you haven't got to go too far to find some logs. Now, these have been here for quite a while and it smells very resinous. So what I'm going to do is try and find something smaller, obviously near the top, and I'm going to use my Swedish saw, the vehicle saw. We're going to take a small piece, take it back to camp, saw it up, and that's all the fire fuel I'm going to need for this evening. Now, you know, I could spend ages and ages and ages walking around this beautiful woodland trying to find something that's dead and fallen over, or I could just conserve my calories and use what's already been done for me. Now, as you can see, they're varying in sizes, so it's in my interest. I think that one there, them two small ones, I'll see if I can drag that one out and take it back. Good enough for me. Yeah, it's bone dry, lovely.